Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! The heavyweight champion.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh.
Here comes Down Goes Frazier. Here comes the Fruit Dude. The Fruit Dude. Down goes Frazier. They're right together as they come for the finish line.
Episode 169 of Down Goes Frazier, your combat sports podcast.
I don't know, I wrote a song where I was like, okay, I'm like destroying my life. Like, how badly am I destroying my life? And that's when I was like, Down Goes Frazier. Like, that Frazier is my life. And so, and I'm Foreman.
Sure, I just can't get it right.
January 22nd, 1973. Joe Frazier and George Foreman face off in Kingston, Jamaica. Frazier was a legendary boxer. He was a huge figure for Philadelphia, and his impact is remembered with local murals and statues. He was born in Beaufort, South Carolina, but Philly is where he built a career and a family.
There was a very admirable backstory to Joe Frazier, that he was the son of sharecroppers, that he had truly come up the hard way. But when he came to Philadelphia, he worked in a slaughterhouse, and he was, in a city like Philadelphia that really prides itself in being a blue-collar working man's kind of town. Joe Frazier embodied all of that.
At 5'11", Frazier was smaller than many of his opponents. He became known for his intensity and a deadly left hook. Just 2 years before the Foreman matchup, Frazier beat Muhammad Ali in the fight of the century to defend the title of World Heavyweight Champion.
Coming off the win over Ali, his star was about as high as you could possibly imagine.
On the other side, Foreman was a rising powerhouse from Texas. He was 6'4" and only 24 years old.
At that time, Foreman was undefeated. He was 36-0 with 33 knockouts. But he hadn't really fought anyone. I mean, he was really kind of almost untested. And so it was seen as, yeah, he's really talented, he's big and he's powerful, but right now he's no match for Joe Frazier. That, if Joe Frazier can beat Muhammad Ali, he can certainly beat a young up-and-comer like George Foreman. That was how most people saw it.
But despite the odds, in just 2 rounds, Foreman dominated the ring. He used his size and reach to keep Frazier at bay while he landed one forceful punch after another. The victory was so intense and surprising, it prompted famous exclamation from ABC announcer Howard Cosell. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
It was the perfect articulation of what everybody was thinking at that moment. It was the utter shock of seeing Joe Frazier on the canvas. The people in the city were really, people took it hard, because they all, whether you were a boxing fan or not, you identified with Joe and his story, and how much a part of the city that he was. Down goes Frazier, it was sort of down goes Philly.
50 years later, the phrase down goes Frazier lives on, helping to carry Joe's name and legacy into the next generation.
The fact that that particular fight down in Jamaica against Foreman took about as bad a beating as anybody could take, but yet in the end he was still getting up. He never got counted out. Even the 6th time he still got up. And people will remember a lot of things about Joe Frazier, and they'll certainly remember the win when he beat Ali. They'll remember the courage that he showed in Manila, but they'll also remember the down goes Frazier because, Frazier went down, but he also got up 6 times.
No matter how hard I try, say be better like next time.